So let's talk about the short-term and long-term rental rules in the different Charleston municipalities, because they vary, do they?
Right.
Very
Okay.
greatly, yes.
So, for instance, on Isle of Palms,
Yeah.
short-term rentals are allowed, but homeowners must get a permit from the city, and that the permit cost is based on the rental income that they would accrue over the course of the year on their property. So depending on how much you make, that's how much you pay for the fee. There aren't fines on the Isle of Palms since short-term rentals are allowed, as well as any other type of rental, so corporate or annual.
Okay.
Sullivan's Island, the shortest amount of rental allowed there is 30 days. So you cannot rent for a shorter time than
It
that.
has to be 30 days.
And the same with you have to have a permit there for the annual rental. So that's the same type of sliding scale based on the value of the property. The city of Charleston, you do not have to have a permit for an annual rental. Vacation rentals, as we talked about last week, are only allowed right now legally in Cannonboro, Elliottboro, but you do have to have a permit for almost similar to an inn or a B&B there. Mount Pleasant, no such thing is required. No license is required, nor so places like Daniel Island.
Okay, so
But you do need to check with your HOA because
just
a lot
to
of
make sure
HOAs
won't allow
will
that.
fine you.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, so if an owner is caught renting without a permit, then, or in an unregulated area, what are some of the fines that they can be charged with?
The fine on Peninsular Charleston is $1,092 per instance.
Per instance. Oh, wow. So
it's-
is that like per rental agreement or days?
Right.
Or just
Probably per
rental
rental agreement,
agreement.
but
Okay.
really, I think we're in new waters, so we're not
Okay.
really sure. I've seen HOAs fine someone up to $100 a day.
Wow. Okay. And you don't want that when you're trying to do it. You want to make sure everything is up on the up and up. But what are some different things that an owner should consider when making these decisions?
They should consider the costs. If you're going to do vacation rentals, then there's a lot of upfront costs as far as furnishings. You know, gone are the days that you could take your old couch and your old mismatched dishes and put them in a vacation rental. People who are renting are really looking for a grade A, you know, new furnishings, very
Insurance
stylish.
rates too. They need to
You
take
need
into
to
account.
check on your insurance because there are different rates depending on what type of renting you are doing.
Okay.
And taxes, accommodation taxes, property taxes.
Absolutely. Now, what different rent projections for vacation, annual, and corporate rentals are there?
Well, it depends on the quality of the home, the furnishings, and things like that. But a rough estimate, a 3-bedroom home in Mount Pleasant would garner about $30,000 or more per year.
Wow.
And that's with them paying all of the utilities and all that. A 2-bedroom condo in Mount Pleasant that's on a corporate rental would be $28,000. So again, and the upfront costs aren't quite as much. I mean, you want the basics and furniture and things, but it doesn't have to be fancy.
Okay.
Let's see.
Vacation rental on the Isle of Palms, 3 bedrooms, projects for around $60,000 in rental income
And that's
a year.
a condo.
Wow.
A 3-bedroom
Just a condo, not like one of the houses
Right,
there
no,
on the front
vacation rentals can get a lot more money. And then a 1-bedroom in downtown for, we won't even talk about vacation since it's pretty much not allowed, but a corporate rental could get $28,000 or $20,000, and an annual rental could get $15,000. Now that's just your basic 1-bedroom.
Okay.
I mean, if it were really nice, certainly there'd be
We're
a
not
lot more
talking about
potential.
a carriage house south abroad completely redone. That's considered 1 bedroom, but the rental projection is going to be much higher versus a small, partial type living utility space.
Now, right quick, where are some of the emerging areas for corporate rentals?
The I-26, 526 corridor. Because there's easy access all over the city. Isle of Palms and Mount Pleasant, of course, are very desirable. And even up in the Somerville, Ladson area for people who are working at a lot of the big industrial sites in Dorchester and Berkeley County.